This is an 1.25" ram pump. What this does is it takes falling water and pumps it vertical under high pressure. So this is an 1.25" shutoff valve. All these nipples are 3 inches long. This is a union to disconnect it to service the pump for any reason. This is a brass swing check valve. This is a spring check valve. This is the pressure chamber, which is going to be filled with this, and what that keeps it from doing is that chamber getting waterlogged. This, I don't have a gauge here, but you can put a gauge here during the setup process to get the pressure built up, and then a shutoff valve of some kind to protect the gauge when the pressure gets too high. Another union and a shutoff valve. One thing you got to be sure to do is use a cleaner on both sides of the PVC fittings, because this is a shock wave. That's how a hydraulic ram pump works, and that shock wave could break the fittings. What the cleaner does in primer is that it starts melting both sides of the PVC, the fitting and the nipple, so that when you glue it, it's more fused together. So this cleaner will actually start melting the PVC for the fusing process. Very critical to do on this portion of it where the shock wave occurs. Back here, it's important not to use threaded fittings because this pressure gets pretty big. There's no shock wave here, but the amount of pressure, it gets up there quite a bit. So it's important to clean both sides of each of these fittings before you put them together. And these are just pressure fitted just to get an idea of the measurement and the size of this thing. So I'll glue it up. What'd they do? To get into your food or something? Damn. Alright, this is the test run of the hydraulic ram pump. I'm using this IBC tank here that's full of water. It's at about 4 feet, so to give me an idea how it works. Really didn't even have to start it. It started automatically, which is pretty neat. You can tell the vibration is the shock wave that shoots back up that pipe and actually inside the tank. I have these valves turned off, and what it's doing is building pressure. So when it starts slowing down, it's supposed to be a pressure gauge there, but I figured I could do without it. So this vertical column of water, you can tell by the pressure there, it's actually pumping water higher than that tank, and that's the principle of a hydraulic ram pump. might not be a bad idea to have a pressure gauge. That way I know I'm maximizing the efficiency. Alright, here we go to the time test. This is, just so you know, this watch is tap technology. You start it like that, stop it like that. So, alright, here we go. Okay, what I got was a 5-gallon bucket filled in 4 minutes. So obviously the vertical climb on this thing is not going to be as high. It's going to be about 5 feet, maybe half of that. And just the rate of flow now, with that being at, I guess, 10 feet, it's 1,880 gallons a day in a 24-hour period. So with half of that, maybe I'll get anywhere between 3,000 and 4,000 gallons a day of free pumping power from a free creek, and starts automatically. So I am completely stoked, and now I will install this system in the creek in preparation for Saturday's rain, and start filling my pond. And if I have 3 ponds out here, if I start getting overflow on one pond, I will jet a large PVC pipe from one pond to another, and then if it can keep up with that, I will jet another PVC pipe in the way of an overflow into the final catfish pond. So that's the idea, that's the plan, and like I said, I'm really happy about how this thing works, and the auto start system, you can't pay for that.